What's up guys, Combo Movie Film Productions back at it again with another ranking video. Today's series that I'll be ranking is the Rocky series, arguably the best sports series ever made. And with Creed 2, the newest installment in the series that came out in theaters recently as of recording this video, it's time to rank all 8 Rocky movies from worst to best, so let's get ready to rumble. Coming in last place, number 8 is Rocky 5. This is known as the Rocky movie that isn't really a Rocky movie, the bad one out of the bunch. And I agree with all those statements. This movie is just really boring and underwhelming. This had the potential to be one of the best sequels to the series. Having Rocky have his fame and fortune stripped away and he lives back on the streets of Philly, and have him train someone that ends up being bad, and having the director from the first movie come back, it had the potential to be great, but it's such a mess. The characters aren't as likable, and they change from their characters, having them make stupid decisions to further advance the plot. Emotional scenes, apart from the Mickey hallucination scene, doesn't give much emotion. The chemistry isn't that good, the villain is weak, and since it strips away all the stuff you like and want out of a Rocky movie, it's a bad movie with a few good moments here and there, but it's easily the worst, and the only one in the series that I don't recommend. Coming in number 7 is Rocky 4. This is a massive step up from Rocky 5, the most insane and cheesy out of all the Rocky movies. This film is true 80s film. This film is just corny fun. There are some emotional scenes with Apollo Creed, but it's mostly filled with multiple montages, an insane villain Ivan Drago, a talking robot, and filled with 80s songs. It's a fun boxing movie that, although it's cheesy, still does pack a punch with good character moments and great boxing scenes. It was the last of the cheesy Rocky movies. It's good enough to leave off this era in the series. Coming in number 6 is Rocky 3. This is where the Rocky films took a new direction in the early 80s. Everything I said about Rocky 4 I can say about this film, but it was made better. Clubber Lang is a better villain than Drago in my opinion, and Mr. T gives an intense and fun performance to clash against Rocky. Hulk Hogan has a fun sequence, good emotion with Mickey, but the best part of the movie is the alliance between Rocky and Apollo. Bitter rivals from the first movies unite to defeat Clubber Lang together, and it's great, and has my favorite training montage out of any Rocky film. It's a fun movie overall. It does have some problems. Clubber Lang could have been more fleshed out. Some characters like Paulie and Adrian felt like they were unnecessary into the story, and some other things, but it's a solid movie. Coming in number 5 is Rocky Balboa. This was the resurgence of the Rocky series, and especially its turn to drama that still continues to Creed 2. Sylvester Stallone brought back the emotion to this series, something that Rocky 5 tried to do and failed. The story is well done, the acting is good, especially Sylvester Stallone, who gives one of his best performances, and his banter with Paulie is almost as good as the first Rocky movie, and the story feels earned, and by the end, feels satisfying. It could have been a good ending to the series, and it was for 9 years. It would be higher on the list, but there's some problems. The bright look of the film doesn't look good. Mason Dixon, the villain, is very underdeveloped. The removal of Adrian feels empty. Subplot focusing on the kid that appeared in the first Rocky film started strong but went on way too long. But a good last story of Rocky Balboa as a boxer. Coming in number 4 is Rocky 2. This sequel is still one of the best of the series. It does suffer from a sequel problem that it tries to redo the first film, and that's its biggest problem. But it is so well made, and this was before it went cheesy. Apollo Creed is a lot more explored than he was in the previous Rocky movie, and works really well. Fights are some of the best of the series, and the social commentary of Rocky becoming a sellout, doing commercials and stuff, really works. The problems that hold this film back from being higher on the list, rather than trying to copy the previous film, is that a lot of the characters hold Rocky back and don't act like themselves. Like how Adrian constantly tells Rocky not to fight, then goes into a coma, then comes back and immediately changes his heart. Or Mickey wanting Rocky to fight the whole film, completely contradicting his character in the first Rocky movie. And it took a little too long for things to get going, but a really good movie overall. Coming in number 3 is Creed 2. It's one of the best in the series in my opinion. This has one of the best stories out of any Rocky film. Having the son of Ivan Drago, the man who killed Adonis' father, challenge him to a fight, it's much more than that. It's not just another bad guy to fight, and this film fleshes out the Dragos and makes a silly film like Rocky 4 actually make it grounded in this film's universe. The fight scenes are intense, the performances are great, both new characters and old, and it's overall great. The only thing that holds this film back is that it definitely doesn't feel as fresh as the first Creed, and it's predictable, but it's great overall. Coming in number 2 is Creed. The reboot of this series was a true surprise when it came out. The film was full of emotion and brings a new layer and chapter to this universe. Michael B. Jordan gives a fantastic performance as Adonis Creed, son of Apollo Creed, and how that connects to Rocky, who gives my second favorite performance from him in this series, and is great as an old mentor. The boxing scenes, especially the one-shot fight sequence, are great, and the romance is good, with Tessa Thompson giving a great performance as this unique character. It's a great film from a talented director in Ryan Coogler, the same director as Fruitvale Station and Black Panther, and this is my favorite film from him so far. The only problems with this movie is that there are some scenes, subplots, and moments that feel recycled from Rocky 5 and Balboa, and the villain is weak, but a strong film that proves that the Rocky franchise was long from dead and still has many stories to tell. But coming in at number 1 is Rocky, the film that kicked off the series and is still the best in my opinion. Great performances across the board. I really haven't mentioned Sylvester Stallone that much in this video because I've been saving it up for this film. He gets the best performance as his character and probably the best performance in his whole career. His romance with Adrian is sweet, and his dynamic with Paulie is fun. With Mickey training him as the old aggressive guy he is, creates some great comedy and dramatic moments as well. Apollo Creed is a good villain. The dialogue and script is great, with many lines and scenes that will stick with you. The music is iconic. The film feels real, and the stakes feel small but big for these characters. Still one of the best underdog story, sports movies, and films in general ever made, and is a staple in pop culture, and will forever be a part of pop culture. It's simply a masterpiece that is a must-watch if you're a film fan. That's the end of the list in this video. If you want more, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I'm Comic Movie Fan Productions, signing out.